Now you're welcome to the main news. Michael Nath, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdulrasheed Bawa, broke down while presenting his brief address and was rushed out of the banquet hall at the presidential villa in Abuja. Bawa was offering his goodwill message at the National Identity Day celebration when he suddenly stopped speaking and asked to be excused. Earlier, he mentioned that the EFCC was grieving the loss of a colleague. It broke down while talking about a man the commission arrested in the Ibadan, your state, with 116 SIM cards. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Pantami, and other senior officials at the event accompanied the EFCC boss as he was taken out of the hall. The Master of Ceremonies later announced that Bawa's condition was getting better. Meanwhile, the EFCC has clarified that Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa, is hale and hearty. According to a statement released in this regard, the EFCC he has since received medical attention and is due back at his desk. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has departed Abuja to represent the President Muhammadu Buhari at the second extraordinary summit of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. The meeting is holding over the recent coup in the Republic of Congo, or Guinea. A statement from Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity Office of the Vice President, Mr. Laolu Akonde, has said. The statement issued on Thursday was titled VP Osinbajo to represent Nigeria at ECOWAS meeting in Accra concerning situation in Guinea. The Vice President, who left Abuja this morning, was accompanied by the Foreign Affairs Minister of State, Ambassador Zubairu Dada. He is expected back in Abuja later today. The Nigerian Air Force said it has set up a board of inquiry to probe the alleged bombing of civilians in Yobe. The Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Edward Gapquet, had disclosed this in a statement on Thursday. He said that an aircraft was deployed to observe virtual activities of the area following intelligence report. The statement says the aircraft, while operating south of Kanama, observed suspicious movement consistent with Boko Haram terrorists' behavior when a jet aircraft is overhead. According to him, the pilot fired some probing shots. It is important to state that the area is well known for continuous Boko Haram swap activities. Unfortunately, a report reaching Nigerian Air Force headquarters alleged that some civilians were erroneously killed while others were injured. Nigerian Air Force said a board of inquiry has been set up to thoroughly investigate the circumstances of the incident. Now, following the recent attacks on schools and kidnapping of students across the country, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has trained female armed rapid response squad to protect schools and students from the attack of unknown gunmen and bandits across the 27 local governments of the state. Speaking during the passing out parade in Owerri after 3 months training, the commandant, NSCDC in Imo State, Michael Oga, said a female squad will be posted to every nook and cranny of the state to protect the students from attacks.
Online is a new outfit created by the Commandant General and Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Abubakar Audi. When he took office in March, he created a female squad. This female squad is to provide security for schools. He now gave a directive that every state command must have a squad. So we have trained our own squad for 2 months. Today is their passing out.
Females are very passionate about children, and so he believes, and we agree, that these ladies here will be passionate about any child that is kept in their custody. And so when they are in any school, they will ensure
this way for group photograph.
that the children will remain safe. And they have also been well trained. They are as good, as well trained as any other officer. From what I've heard, they have gone through very
And Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba says Nigeria's security agencies are making headway in the fight against banditry. He made a comment on Wednesday when he visited the Kwara Police Command in Ilorin, the state capital. According to the IGP, President Muhammadu Buhari has given approval for the recruitment of more police officers to boost the fight against crime in the country. The President has given approval for us to employ 10,000 police personnel over a year, for 6 years, and we have started, but we have not done so far 2020. So we are doing recruitment for 2020 and 2021 between now and 2021 end of year. That their training is for 6 months, while assuming the police operatives that they're assuring the police operatives that their welfare will be taken care of. The IGP called on them to be dedicated to duty and show professionalism. Now, former governor of Rivers State, Peter Odili, has dragged the Nigeria Immigration Service before Federal High Court in Abuja, challenging the seizure of his passport at the Nnamdi Kanu International Airport, Abuja. In the fundamental rights enforcement suit on Wednesday, he claimed that the international passport was seized from him on June the 20th by operatives of the service and has been withheld since then. Odili prayed the presiding judge, Justice Ahmed Mohammed, to compel the service to release the passport and other perpetual injunction against the respondents from harassing him any further and interfering with his fundamental rights of movement. However, the Immigration Service revealed that the former governor's passport was seized because he was on the watch lists of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The affidavit by the service also indicated that Mr. Odili had never cared to know why his passport was seized or demand its release. Justice Mohammed subsequently fixed September the 28th, 2021 for hearing. Ondo State government on Wednesday urged local government political office holders to chart a new course towards strengthening the security system at their levels of governance. The Ondo State Deputy Governor Lucky Ayedetua stated this at a two-day workshop for elected political office holders across the 18 local government areas of Ondo State in Akure.
People who trusted and gave you their mandates are eager to feel the impact of governance through you.
At the end of this workshop, it is anticipated that participants will be better equipped.
As at today, there was a circular that was issued from the National Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit with the approval and consent of the President of the Federation.
Ondo State government has reiterated its commitment to the development of education. The Chief of Staff to the Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, a son, Gbenga Ale, made this known in Akure, while being honored with an award of excellent service by the University of Ilorin Alumni Association.
We have been talking of the primary education, reconstructing and renovating these primary schools. Because of the value we place on education, we are by 2022 we are going to place. We are moving to secondary level to further strengthen myself, renew my commitment to the development of the.
Protesters stormed Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission head of office over the outcome of the just concluded local government council elections in the state. The protesters, who came from different local government councils to express their grievances and dissatisfaction over the conduct of elections in the area, which they described as the Saturday, 4th September 2021 local government polls, as a big shame. Now, speaking to journalists, the PDP chairman Kaduna State, Felix Hyatt, claimed the returning officers disappeared with original results. He said that election was done using electronic machine, which commission cannot transmit results on the cyber, while lamenting the failure of KDCECOM to prosecute the returning officer who ran without answering questions.
Now to show what the SECOM has been done. It's actually out of law. I know that, and the second commissioner testifying that whoever candidate that win the election, he's declare the winners of the election. Up to now, they didn't declare the winner for the election.
We noticed that default, but the SUCOM didn't take any action. Just want them to cancel the election and do the fresh one. That is our request. We are not even looking for a rerun of the other wards. But even the wards that the election was conducted, there are a lot of malpractices. There is a lot of cheatings, vote violence and what have you. And some of the boxes were brought lately, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. How do you expect somebody?
The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has sued Kenya over his extradition to Nigeria. The pro-Biafran activist brother, Kingsley Kanunta, sued on his behalf, according to court papers obtained by our correspondent. In his petition, presented by Lochiri and company advocates, Kanu argued that his arrest in Kenya and subsequent extradition to Nigeria in June were unconstitutional. Those named as respondents are Kenya's Interior CS, Director of Immigration, Director of Criminal Investigations, OCP, and Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and the Attorney General. Nigerian officials on June 29 claimed Kanu was brought back to face trial after he jumped bail, went on the run in 2017. The Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Ezekwesili, has been named in Time Magazine's 100 Most Influential People for 2021. Ezekwesili made the list released on Wednesday alongside U.S. President Joe Biden, Angelique Kidjo, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan. The list recognizes people whose ideas, example, talents, or discoveries transform the world we live in. She was named in the leaders category alongside U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, in recent times, value-added tax has been generating controversy in Nigeria. To seek the thoughts on on this development, iBrandTV spoke to some groups of Nigerians.
Actually, when you are talking of VAT, it's value-added tax. Yes. It is tax that you tax on consumptions and all other things like that. Yes, you know, the person, or let me say the locality where the VAT is being generated is where they're supposed to collect the VAT. Then from that collection, you now distribute to whoever that is necessary. Now, going by the state and the federal government, you see, any state that is generating the fund must have certain percentage that will remitted to the federal government. Not that the federal government will collect and distribute.
Tax, VAT, is supposed to go to Lagos State government pockets because it is state. When we talk about the state, it's not the federal level, it is state. It will go to Lagos State government, and after that, Lagos State government know how to do it, how to use the tax for the road, for the progress of the state, and for the other things in Lagos State. So we shouldn't be able to be going up and down than going to the federal before we get anything that we want to use to make Lagos State better.
Actually, federal government has nothing to do with VAT. The VAT is supposed to go to the state and the local government. The money that goes to the federal government is too much as far as Nigeria income is concerned. It should be for development, infrastructure.
Some Nigerians have tasked the federal government to improve the epileptic power supply in the country. While speaking with iBrandTV, these groups of Nigerians expressed their disappointment over the federal government failure to fix the prevailing power problem in the country.
Actually, the way they are giving us light there, at least we're supposed to be having light for 18 hours, but they are giving us no less than 6 hours. And the way they are bringing the bills, most areas there, they are not prepared. They are giving us estimated bill. How can a house that a family live be giving 20,000 naira to go and pay? Those people that is unprepared, that they want to get their own prepared, they are paying at least if you want to charge, they are charging at least 5,000 in a month, sometimes 3,000. Then they are giving person that is living in a room self-contained 20,000. And some people that is living in 18 rooms also, you give them the same amount of 18,000, which is strong. There's at least the way they are billing there is so exorbitant.
All right, my view about NEPA, or the power holding company of Nigeria, is to an extent anyway. Let me say that trying, but the best is not good enough because their bills these days are very crazy. Sometimes per day we do have like between 12 hours to 14 hours per day. But the most important thing or the most annoying thing is the bill. The bill is very crazy. It's too much. Yeah. If compared to the average Nigerians, we are not talking about the big shots, the common man on the street, the thing is causing trouble in some compound, especially those compounds you have to do with face me or face you. The thing is causing problem.
In my own area in Ikorodu, they only bring it in the, let me say, in the around 10 in the morning sometimes. They will now switch off the light around.
Marketers in Imo State have suspended their industrial action. The aggrieved marketers, while speaking with newsmen, tasked the state government to improve the plight of marketers in the state.
It is made and resolved that moving forward, the following steps should be taken. 1. The alleged demolition of petrol station. On the demolition of petrol station in Amo, it was resolved that committee should visit the station to assess the extent of damage and advise government on the appropriate compensation to be paid. On revenue collection, it was resolved that all revenue collection from petroleum marketers by Imo Internal Revenue Service (IIRS) should be suspended forthwith.
To resume service immediately and supply petroleum products to the southeast should resume immediately forthwith. That is the resolution of the entire House after coming out from this meeting.